Spoilers for Project Hail Mary and Cars 3. Often, when we think about heroes, we only really discuss and think about the popular sides of being a hero, like beating up bad guys, winning championships, and saving the world. But there is another type of hero that people don't often talk about: heroes of the mind. Heroes that can look inside themselves and know when to quit. And maybe that quitting can be the most gut-wrenching thing in the world. But there is a heroism in admitting defeat. Admitting defeat against your own personal judgment and against your own personal views for the greater good. In this video, we will be discussing someone who has come to terms with their own defeat and chooses to accept and to move on in life, even though it hurts. And we will be discussing someone who had to come to terms with their own fears as they found themselves being thrust into the spotlight of being a hero. First, we have Lightning McQueen in Cars 3. When Cars 3 first came out, I thought it was dog water. I thought it was the worst movie to ever come out. I was a big fan of Cars 1 and Cars 2, and I loved Lightning McQueen. I grew up with Lightning McQueen. I grew up with Lightning McQueen being a winner. And in Cars 3, he was not the winner. And I think that's why a lot of people did not like Cars 3. I mean, we're talking 7 piston cups here, at least according to the wiki. Lightning McQueen was a dominant racer, and in Cars 3, they just make him lose. And I watched this movie at a time in my life where winning was everything, where all I wanted to do was win. And so naturally, when Lightning McQueen wasn't winning, I was pissed off. I was upset that this animated character that I was looking at, the writers even thought to make Lightning McQueen, the greatest racer of all time, lose. I didn't get it. What I'm getting at is that people love a good hero. A guy that steps up above all others and succeeds, and is someone to look up to and to admire. Heroes like Superman, Wolverine, Deadpool, guys that get the job done at the end of the day. However, I would argue that the heroes that I just mentioned don't even stand close to Lightning McQueen in terms of being a real hero. What I mean is that of all the Cars movies, where either in one where Lightning McQueen is a rookie, performing well and being able to compete in the Piston Cup, and he has his whole arc of being, oh, I'm a stupid, mean, jerk rookie, but then I'm all happy because I found my family, but then I'm still gonna win. Or you even have Cars 2, where it's mostly just Mater, and then there's a bomb and all that stuff. But the point is that Lightning McQueen in Cars 3 is the most heroic he's ever been, that we've ever seen him be. Which is wild, because he literally loses the race. Just for a quick summary of Cars 3, we have Lightning McQueen, who is aging now, and we have him start to lose races. And it eventually leads him to discover that, hey, I can't go on. And he passes the torch to, what's-her-face? Ted Cruz. I know, very disappointing, but looking back on it, it makes sense. One of the scenes that really goes to show McQueen's bravery in Cars 3 is a scene where he crashes against Jackson Storm.
Guido, come on, I gotta get back out there before he does. Guido, hurry up! What the fuck?
What a pit stop by McQueen! Man, he just got the lead!
What? Can he hold on to it?
Hey, McQueen, you all right? Listen, don't you worry, pal. You had a good run. Enjoy your retirement.
Storm takes back the lead.
Unbelievable! McQueen is fading! McQueen is fading! Fading fast!
No.
After watching that scene, I was heartbroken. And to this day, when I watch that scene, I get a little teary-eyed. It's that moment of realization that Lightning McQueen makes when he realizes that he is just simply not good enough anymore. There's nothing he can do. He goes as far as he can, as hard as he can, and it ends in a crash, but he just did not have it against Jackson Storm. And I think this scene is so powerful because it just shows that McQueen understands. He understands that he needs to quit. And while he doesn't admit it immediately, we do see his first realization to this process. And it's heartbreaking to McQueen and to us watching, having to see one of the greats have to back down and take a mental check. And I think a lot of people can relate to that feeling of just not feeling good enough. Just knowing that, maybe in the past you were better, or knowing that the way that you're performing right now is not to the best of your ability, and you self-destruct on yourself. You aren't playing or doing or performing at the way that you should, and you get stuck in this hole. And going back to this scene, I just think it's a perfect example of that feeling of just utter dread and despair that you encounter as an athlete, as a student, at just understanding that your abilities are capped. And oftentimes there's that feeling of there's nowhere I can go. There's nowhere I can go but down from here. So, of course, after this crash scene, Lightning McQueen is in denial. He says, hey, that was a mistake. I still have it in me. I still have what it takes to be the best. I'm going to train, and I'm going to win. I'm going to beat Storm. But this is where the movie takes that formula and puts it on its head. Because, okay, so now we have this story. Lightning McQueen, it's Rocky 2. It's Rocky 2. Wait, is that the right Rocky? No. It's Rocky 3. So in Rocky 3, we have Rocky, who is high on life. He's having a great time. He's getting fixed competition. He's beating everybody up. But then he comes against Mr. T. Or T-Bone. Something like that. Anyway, Mr. T. And he loses really bad. Just like Lightning McQueen. And so Rocky goes on a big arc with Apollo. All right, I gotta get ready to beat Mr. T again. I completely fell on my ass. Like that was an embarrassment. I'm gonna get back in the saddle. I'm gonna lock the freak in. And so we have that with Lightning McQueen, where he's like, okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna train. I'm gonna get better. And this is where a lot of people get mad at this story. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen in Cars 3. We think it's going to happen. I thought it was going to happen. And that's why I really hated how it ended for a long time. It doesn't freaking happen. What we do get after Lightning McQueen's training, and we do get a self-realization from Lightning McQueen. A realization that, hey, just like Doc Hudson, Lightning McQueen's mentor, it's got to be time to be done. And McQueen makes this true final realization in the most sacrificial and, okay, I guess pretty cool way possible, by handing the ropes over to Ted Cruz. That joke, I gotta stop with that joke.
I don't understand it.
McQueen's just sitting there.
Something's got to be wrong.
Mr. McQueen?
Today's the day, Cruz. You're getting your shot.
What?
I started this race, and you're gonna finish it.
What? She'll damage the brand. She's just a trainer.
No, she's a racer. Just took me a while to see it.
That can't be legal.
The rules only say the number has to be out there. Doesn't say who has to wear it.
No, you can't do that.
Hey, did I ever tell you how much I love your mud flaps?
Out of my way,
I
Bumpkin.
got my fishing flaps, got my church flaps, going out and eating flaps.
Come on, guys, we gotta get her out there. Let's go.
Jack Mule.
Jack, Ramon.
Best I could do in the time frame, boss.
Yeah, that'll work.
Why are you doing this? You said it yourself. This might be your last chance.
Which makes it my last chance to give you your first chance, Cruz. And this time I want you to take it.
She's got to beat that pace car out.
No, you can't do that!
Now or never.
What do you say? Oh, hey, 35 mile per hour pit speed!
I'm not gonna lie. When I first watched that, I completely agreed with Sterling. I was like, are you serious? Like, okay, Cruz, she's cool. Whatever. But Lightning McQueen, why aren't you racing? This is your movie. It should be you winning this race. I was fit to be tied. It took me a couple years to understand that what Lightning McQueen did was probably the bravest thing he could have possibly done. Having to admit to yourself and to, I guess in this circumstance, the pit crew, that you're done racing something that you loved and you're not able to do it anymore. You know that it's better to quit than to even not try, but better to quit than to fail. It's going back to that realization that McQueen had in that first scene. And it takes a lot of bravery to realize that you can't do this anymore. And so that's what I'm getting at here. And like I said, when I was younger, I despised this move that they made. I despised this so much that I wanted to pretend that this movie never even happened. And I can relate to this as an athlete and feeling indestructible. I didn't want to even begin to believe that my time as a high school athlete, as being, average at best, but still decent at competing, I didn't want to believe that there was any way I would have to give up the thrills that you get from competing. What I'm getting at is that with McQueen admitting defeat, that single action right there is by far the bravest thing that the writers could have chosen for McQueen to do in this movie. Just admitting that defeat and that having that acceptance is something that you don't see a lot of heroes in media and fiction have to come to terms with. And so I think that story arc for McQueen is really beautiful and ends his story pretty well. Another media where we find this hero that's not really a hero can be found in Project Hail Mary. Now, I absolutely love this movie. I saw it in theaters 2 times. I don't even know if it's out of streaming yet at the time of this video essay, but I highly recommend you watch it. And I highly recommend you watch it before you're watching this video essay, so you might want to click off and go get a ticket. But I will be spoiling a pretty big part of the movie, I'm not gonna lie. So you have been warned. So I'll play the scene that I'm talking about.
I can't do it. I can't do it. You'll find a solution.
You are my solution.
My place is in the classroom.
Stop pretending this is about your students. It's so insulting. Grace, we will lose 1/4 of the world's population in the next 30 years. And that assumes that the nations of the world work together to ration food, which they won't. So I double the estimate. And if you would truly care about the children, or anyone else for that matter, you'd get on that ship.
I understand the stakes. I do. But I don't have it in me. My mind is made up. I'm sorry, but, you just can't talk me into it. Sorry.
I'm not trying to talk you into anything. I am trying to make you understand what I'm about to do next. Yeah, please, stay calm. Come in.
What is this?
Mission plan will state that we induced your coma early to maximize your safety. You will be remembered as a hero.
Come on. This is
I
crazy.
have to do it.
You're not. Come on. What are you doing?
This may seem like me betraying you, but it's actually me believing in you.
It sure feels like you're betraying me.
Don't make this harder, please.
Come on, guys. Let's keep talking about it.
Sit down and we do it differently. Yeah, he's running.
I can't do it! No! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it!
You know who you are.
So yeah, Abs, even you can just tell if you haven't watched the movie just from the context of that scene, some bad stuff went down. Basically, what happened was the world is ending, and they need a group of astronauts to go into space and to find a cure for the dying sun, which is why the Earth is ending. So one of the original scientists that they wanted to go is killed in an accident. So they go to the next best guy, Grace, who had done a lot of research on this experiment. And of course, Grace doesn't want to go. And he doesn't want to go because they only have enough fuel for their astronauts to get to the place in space that they need to go to, but there'd be no way for them to go back home. So they would die in space. And of course, that's really terrifying to Grace, and he doesn't want to die in space. And as you can see from that clip, Eva, the main scientist behind it all, makes him go anyway, drugging him and putting him on the spaceship. And this is a big realization in the movie, because before this, Grace had lost his memory, so this is a flashback to what had happened. And yeah, it's very sickening to think about. And that phrase that Eva says, "You will be remembered as a hero." And wow. You know, someone who is bound against their will and put on a spaceship to save the world. Yeah, that's certainly a hero. So this realization for this movie that Grace isn't really a hero in the first place is really off-putting, because it takes away from the whole thing, the whole experience of Grace saving the world, essentially. Because when we look at a hero, we see someone that saves the world willingly, you know? So this is, like McQueen, it's a twist on what a hero really is. So what does that make Grace and Lightning McQueen? Does that make them losers? Does that make them bad guys? No, absolutely not. It sets them apart and puts them on a whole nother level of bravery. McQueen with the bravery to step away from the only thing in his life that he was good at. Grace with the bravery to accept that he was forced to be the hero, but carry on with the mission anyway. These are both great examples of bravery that is often overlooked. So yeah, being brave often doesn't mean standing up to the big guy with the big stick, you know? It can mean finding a peace in yourself. Of having to look at something that you love and decide that, you know, this might not be the best thing for me right now, even if it's the only thing you know in life. So I just really wanted to touch on this this aspect of bravery, that this unforgotten bravery that, you know, a lot of people don't talk about. And I think Grace and Lightning McQueen in these two movies were great examples of that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. This was my first video essay for my college writing class. Shout out Maria, hi. Yeah, I need to start editing this right now. I know it's kind of breaking the fourth wall, but I just finished. But yeah, peace out.